It's been nearly 48 hours since Disney released the trailer for The Little Mermaid, the live-action version of The Little Mermaid, but there's something different this time. Discussing Film can't quite put their finger on it, because Discussing Film put out this tweet: Halle Bailey looks exactly like Ariel, complete with the red locks in The Little Mermaid. Incredible singing in the film already seems very close to the animated version. Some people question that a little bit because obviously Disney was very proud 3 years ago when they announced that Halle Bailey would be playing Ariel. They're happy to push inclusivity and diversity in their films. They were proud when they said that we're not going to cast Ariel as a white girl, we're going to cast her as a black woman. So when this tweet got around, people very much questioned what Discussing Film is actually talking about. And obviously, the backlash has been real and it has been powerful when it comes to YouTube. This video is getting ratioed everywhere. Now, this is a combination of them obviously making significant changes to the character of Ariel, but not only that, people are tired of Disney's remakes. They're tired of these soulless cash grabs from them time after time. We saw it. They made a ton of money on it over the past few years between Aladdin, The Lion King, these live action remakes of things that people already care about. But it looks like that's worn out. They've worn out their welcome when it comes to the audience, when it comes to the fans. And in fact, if I refresh this right now, I have a feeling that we're going to see live in action Little Mermaid hit 1 million dislikes. You can see right here, 283,000 upvotes to 999,000 downvotes. Should we refresh it? I think we should. Let's see what it is now. Let's do a quick refresh. And yes, in fact, with 8 million views, it's sitting at 1 million dislikes. That is one of the biggest backlashes I think I've ever seen. Not at Rings of Power level. It's not quite to Rings of Power level when you look at the ratio, but in terms of how quickly this got to 1 million dislikes and the ferocity in which people are coming out and saying, we're rejecting this from Disney, it's huge. And when you look at this comment section, you're seeing exactly what we saw for the Rings of Power. Because they know that Disney's just going to delete all the negative things that people say, instead what we're getting is we're getting sarcasm. That's what fans are doing now. People are putting sarcastic comments to show how much they dislike this. The part where Sebastian says, she's starting to believe, and then Ariel stops all the bullets with her mind sent chills down my spine. I love when Ariel says, you're a wizard, Harry. Groundbreaking performances. The part where Ariel says, say hello to my little friend, and begins blasting the crowd, truly breathtaking. But the reason that so many people are hyper-focused on this, and specifically their willingness to make changes to the character of Ariel, is because that's usually indicative that you're going to change a lot about what's going on. There is a reason this is called The Little Mermaid, not some type of spinoff, not anything like that. They want to use Ariel. They want to use this song. They want to use The Little Mermaid because they have no creativity of their own. They have to bank on people's nostalgia, but they want a way to push their identity politics through this. So it shouldn't really be a surprise to hear that when you have these changes, when you have these castings that are done for very specific reasons, they're also going to change a ton of other things when it comes to these movies. New Little Mermaid and Snow White stars say their modern characters won't be defined by needing a man's love. Now, of course, I talked about this quote a little bit in my video earlier from Rachel Zegler, who's playing Snow White. Again, she's Latinx, as quoted by this article, even though that's a made-up word. But of course, they're very proud that their Snow White is Latinx, as they say. In 1937, the cartoon Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was so focused on her finding true love, and it's not even in her mind at all in this film, says Zegler. She's so focused in becoming the leader that her father tells her she can be. She's really trying to find the courage to stand up to the evil queen and how to find her own agency and rule a kingdom. And she meets so many people along the way. That's what we have for Snow White. So again, when they make these changes, these very specific woke changes based on identity politics, diversity, representation, all this shit, it's not just one thing. It's not just because this is the best person for the role. It's because they want to change wholeheartedly what these shows were about, what these movies were about, what the message was all about. And what about this? While Eric will still be a major character in next year's The Little Mermaid, Bailey says her Ariel also won't be defined by a romantic attraction. We keep a lot of meat in the film that made us all fall in love with it. It's really her and her gumption and just excitement for life above her world. So it's amazing. but it's also updated with the current times. I think she really goes for what she wants. She's not scared. And it's not all about a boy. It's all about what she wants for herself in her life. Again, these female characters who never needed anybody to come and change them to make people idolize them, right? People have been like wanting to be Ariel, wanting to be Snow White, wanting to be these Disney princesses forever. But that's not okay, because now the people who are in charge, they don't think that that's acceptable. They want people to live the way they want them to live. They want them to idolize the people that they want them to idolize. That's what this is all about. You know, the critics are already crying racism because this is sitting at 1 million dislikes. Because yes, that's what happens whenever a person of color is in something, it gets review bombed. Man, that's weird. Like this Black Panther review bombing, Wakanda Forever trailer, 1.4 million to 140,000 down. Doesn't seem like that's ratioed. And there's a lot of black people in this movie. It's the entire cast. What about a black movie like Nope from Jordan Peele? Did this get review bombed? 243,000 upvotes to 22,000 downvotes. Where'd all the racists go for these things? It's because it's a false narrative. It is fake news that people are coming out here and review bombing these things because they're racist. Your racism is showing. That is a cope. But that's what will be used to push back against an audience, to push back against the fans. That's what will be used as a defense, as a shield for this movie. They will label, just like we've seen with Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and all this shit. If you speak out about it, they will call you a racist. That's how they want to try to silence people. Well, it's not going to work. People have had it with Disney. They push back against the Pinocchio live action remake. They're pushing back against the Little Mermaid remake, and it's just going to continue because people are tired of the way that Disney has been operating, and they're tired of things that they love being taken advantage of and bastardized, all to push identity politics.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.